So Linux administration, the course duration is 40 days. It's a full length course, 40 days duration, which I'm going to cover certification. The certification RSCE. RSCE stands Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Red Hat Enterprise Linux and RSCE stands Red Hat Enterprise Certified System Administrator. You won't write the certification for Red Hat. Yeah, the certifications are available, RSCE and RSCSC. Both are the certification for Red Hat. Both are the certification for Red Hat. This course will be covered both RSCE and RSCSC. Both will be covered. In certification, there are three papers. One is called SA. SA stands SA1. SA1 stands System Administration. System Administration Paper 1. System Administration Paper 1. SA2. SA2 System Administration. Paper 2. And NA. NA stands Network Administration. NA stands Network Administration. All the, yes, it will be recorded. NA stands Network Administration. All the three papers I'm going to cover. So, what is the Unix, overview of Unix, history of Linux, history of Unix, history of Linux architecture, what is kernel, what is shell, understanding Linux commands. This Linux command is called as a System Administration Paper 1. All this comes under Paper 1, the basic commands. The duration of basic commands 1 week to 10 days. So all these basic commands will be covered. This is the prerequisite before we start Linux administration part. How to create the file, how to change the file permissions on the file, what is vEditor, what are the filter commands, all this stuff will be covered. In every topic, I have given lab exercise. Installation also will explain. Tomorrow we have installation part. This is lab exercise. For every topic, I have given lab exercise. If you practice this lab exercise, it will be perfect in the basic commands. You can face any interview if you practice this lab exercise. Good morning. All these are lab exercise for the basic commands. Then comes to system administration. Paper 2. Here we are going to start the administration part. To start this administration, system administration paper 2. The prerequisite is Unix basics paper 1. Once you finish paper 1, we can go to the paper 2. Disk partitioning, how to get the drive. Windows we call it the drive, Unix we call it the partition or file system. how to create the file system, how to format the file system, how to access the file system. All this stuff will be covered. Yes, you can practice MacBook also, but not the administration, only the basic command. So for this partitioning, the lab exercise. Am I audible, everyone? Hello?
Yes, Srinivas.
Okay. Okay. So all these commands are lab exercise for the disk management. If you practice this lab exercise to understand the question, understand the answer, and do the practical, if you perfect the lab exercise, you can face any interview. User and group administration. How to create the users, how to create the groups, how to monitor the users, what are the problems we'll face in the user administration. When user forget the password, how to reset the password. When user reach the disk quotas. What do you mean by quota? Quota nothing but allocating space to the user home directory. Allocating space to the user home directory. Site. Allocating space to the user home directory. Suppose when you get account with gmail.com, for user, they are giving 15 GB. 15 GB per user. That is called as a disk quotas. When user reaches the disk quotas maximum limit, the user can't able to create the file because of quota is expired. Because of quota is expired, you can't able to create the file. When your 15 GB is full in Gmail, when 15 GB is full, you can't able to receive the mails. No incoming mails because the drive is full. So how to resolve these problems? How to resolve these problems? How to get these quotas? All this stuff we discuss in the user administration and lab exercise. RPM, Red Hat Package Manager. RPM is very, very important topic for Linux administrators. Tomorrow when you join a Linux administrator, somebody will ask you that install the Java software, install the Python software. Why we use Linux operating system? Why we use operating system to deploy some application? That could be Java based application, that could be Python based application, that could be a .NET based application. But .NET based application does not support Linux. .NET based application supports only Windows. The Java, Python based applications, you have to deploy it. To deploy this Java or Python based application, we have to install the software. You have to install the software. So unless until without knowing this RPM and YAM command, you can't install any software in the real time. You see here, this is the one type of software I download from internet. If it is Microsoft, Windows is user friendly. Anyone can download the software, anyone can install the software because it is user friendly. Open the Google, download it and install. Anyone can install. We don't need to have expertise on that. But Unix or Linux, it is not a graphical mode. It is a command line, CLI, command line interface. There is no browser facility. We don't have a browser. Then how we can download the software from internet? how we can install the software, how we can install the package. All this stuff we discuss in the package administration. Query the packages, install the packages, update the packages, remove the packages. All this stuff we'll discuss in the RPM and lab exercise. LVM. LVM stands Logical Volume Manager. LVM is very important topic for Linux administrators. How to create the volumes, how to format the volume. Why should I go for LVM? What is this use of LVM? There's no application server, there's no database server, no production servers without LVM. Let us take, for example, you are working as a Windows administrator. You're working as a Windows administrator. So let us say the drive, D drive. The D drive is 100% full. When the D drive is 100% full, what are the applications running on the D drive? Those applications all of sudden terminate. Those applications all of sudden terminate. The reason is the drive is full. Or those applications does not respond. If any application not responding, the meaning of that, the drive is full. The meaning of that, the drive is full. How to resolve this problem? You are the Windows administrator. As a Windows administrator, how to resolve this problem? There are two methods. I can resolve this issue online, offline, or online. I can resolve the issue online or offline. What is the meaning of offline? Offline means what? If it is Microsoft, we are talking about Windows. Bring the server, Windows server, to the safe mode. Bring the server to the safe mode. Or else take the drive backup. Whatever data we have, take the drive backup, increase the drive size, format it, then restore from the backup. Take the drive backup, increase the drive size, format it, then restore from the backup. That is called as a, what's the problem here? The problem is while taking the drive backup, somebody doing the money transaction online, somebody sending the mails, receiving the mails. That means what? The drive is active. When we call the drive is active, if any applications are running on the drive, if somebody working on the drive or somebody doing the money transaction online, then we call that the drive is active. It is not possible to increase the drive size when the drive is active. It is not possible to increase the drive size when the drive is active. So what I have to do is I have to bring the server to the safe mode. Windows, we have a concept called safe mode. In safe mode, no one can access my drive. The drive is unused. No one can access. So that I can take complete drive backup. I can increase my drive size, format it, then restore the backup. That is called as a offline. The reason, the meaning of offline is no one can log into your server. As long as my system is in the safe mode, no one can log into your server. Only administrator can log in. That is called as offline. The problem here, while taking the drive backup, when the drive is terabyte more than terabyte size, it will take 10 hours, more than 10 hours to take the backup. The 10 to 15 hours, my application is downtime to my application. 10 to 15 hours downtime to my application. WhatsApp is down. 10 hours WhatsApp is down. If WhatsApp is down, no problem. But Google Pay is down. Phone Pay is down. All the net bank applications are down. No one can do the money transfers now. That's the problem if I bring my server to the safe mode. In the real time, there's no downtime to your application. There should not be any downtime to your application. Without any downtime, you have to increase the drive size online dynamically. The meaning of dynamically when logins are active. The meaning of dynamically when logins are active, without loss of data, without taking the backup, without disturbing user activities, I can increase my drive size. How it is possible? That is possible only with volume manager. That is possible only with volume manager. In Windows, we have LDM, logical disk manager, logical disk manager, logical device manager. Linux, we have LVM. Solaris, we have SVM, Solaris volume manager. In Solaris, we call Solaris volume manager. Linux, we have LVM, logical volume manager. All these are volume manager software. The advantage of this volume manager, with the help of this volume manager, I can increase my drive size without loss of data, without taking the backup when logins are active. That's why there is no database server, personal servers, application servers without this volume manager. So we are going to cover in depth with troubleshooting part. So this is the lab exercise for this LVM. RAID stands redundancy, duplication. What's the meaning of redundancy? Suppose I have a server. I purchase one server with one hard disk. I have only one hard disk. I install the operating system. On top of that, I install the applications. On top of that, I install the runtime software, and everything is installed. My application is up and running. My application is up and running. My customers are accessing the application from internet. My customers are accessing this application from internet. But all of a sudden, the hard disk crash. ఏమంత మీకే వినపట్లేదు అందరికి బాగానే ఉంది ఆమె అడుపులు ఎవ్రీవన్ రైట్
Yes, sir, audible. But some disturbance is there, sir. Some other person.
Yes, sir. Some disturbance is there, sir.
జస్ట్ ఏమంత చెక్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ సైడ్ అడుపులు ఫర్ ఎవ్రీవన్ రూమ్ అలాగే okay am I okay now
Yes, sir.
okay so all of a sudden my hard disk crash the downtime to my application no one can access my application my WhatsApp is down Truecaller is down our net banking applications are down. That's why we are going to configure RAID. What's the meaning of RAID? RAID stands redundant array of inexpensive disks. Inexpensive disk or independent disk. What is the meaning of redundancy? Redundancy means duplication. Redundancy means duplication. To configure RAID, I require minimum 2 hard disks. I'll take 2 hard disks instead of 1 hard disk. I'll purchase server with 2 hard disks and configure RAID on that. This is called as a mirroring. What's the meaning of mirroring? Duplication. In Windows, how to see that how many hard disks are there? Go to this PC. When you purchase laptop, by default, you'll be getting only 1 hard disk. Go to this PC, manage. Go to disk management. Can anyone tell how many hard drives in my lab? 2 or 3? How many hard disks are there? 2 hard disks or 3 hard disks? Anyone? 3 hard disks. Only one disk is 0. Not this. These are the drives, not the disk. Disk 0 stands first disk. Do you have disk 1, disk 2? No. Laptop by default only one hard disk, that is called disk 0. If I add more than one disk, everyone can hear me, right? All of you?
Yes, sir. We're discussing disks.
So disk 0 stands first disk. Disk 1, second disk, disk 2, third disk. Do you have disk 1, disk 2 here? No, only one disk. But real time, the servers having more than one hard disk. I'll show you the server which I'm working in the real time. That is HP. HP Dell 380 Gen 10. This one. It's a Linux server. It's a Linux server. How many hard disks here? 2 hard disks. I configure RAID mirror. Means what? Once I configure RAID and install the operating system, the operating system is going to install both the hard disks. The operating system is going to install both the disks. So both the disks contains operating system. On top of the operating system, we install the software Java. When I install the Java software install both the hard disks. On top of that, we install application. The application will install on both the hard disks. On top of that, we install the runtime software. The runtime software install both the hard disks. On top of that, we are going to configure API, application program interface. That is going to be configured in both the hard disks. That is called mirror. It's a duplicate copy. That is possible only with the RAID. What is the advantage of mirroring a hard disk? Even one hard disk crash, the same copy I have on the disk, same application running, all the software applications are parallel installed both the hard disks. Even one hard disk crash, your application does not have any downtime. That is called as a RAID. We also call mirroring. We also call it the fault tolerance. RAID is for fault tolerance. What's the meaning of fault tolerance? Even one hard disk fail also, there is no downtime to our application. That is called as a fault tolerance. So all the servers are configured with RAID. You see that here we have 8 hard disks. What purpose this hard disk? If any hard disk crash, it automatically replaces the failed disk with the spare disk. These are called spare. Spare means additional. Why do you need a spare disk? Even if one hard disk crash, it automatically replaces the failed disk with the spare disk. Everything theoretically, practically, we'll discuss how to configure spare disk. If one hard disk crashed, how it replaces the failed disk with the spare disk. Everything we'll discuss practically. That is the importance of RAID. So types of RAID we have RAID 1, RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5. What is RAID 0? What is RAID 1? What is RAID 5? Where we discuss everything. Backup and restore. When you download some software, when you download some software from internet, those softwares comes with format like zip format, ggip format, bzip format. If these softwares are this format, how to extract it, how to install, how to extract, all this stuff we discuss in the backup and restore. Some files comes with tar format, tape archive. So how to create the tar file, how to create the zip file, how to create the bzip file, ggip file, how to extract it, everything we'll discuss in backup and restore. What practical use? You see, this file are download from internet. What type of format? .zip format. Some files comes with .zip, some files comes with .tar, some files comes with .gz, and this file is .rpm format. So based on the extension, you have to install it. There are separate commands for zip files, for bzip files, for ggip files, for rpm files. All this stuff we discuss in the backup and restore. This comes under system administration paper 2. It is paper 2. Then we start network administration. How to configure IP address, how to enable the IP address, how to disable the IP address, what is virtual IP address, how to configure virtual IP, where we use virtual IP addresses. All this stuff we discuss in networking. Then classical IP address, adding, removing the IP addresses. FTP, file transfer protocol. So from here onwards, network administration. For Unix basic commands for SA1 and SA2. SA1, SA2, one system is enough. One Linux system is enough. But when you start network administration, you require minimum two systems. Minimum 2 systems means no need to purchase 2 laptops or desktops. So we can install the VMware. In VMware, we can set up more than one virtual machine. One we can configure as a server, the other one we can configure as a client. So we don't require 2 laptops or desktops. Install the VMware software. With the help of this VMware, we can create a virtual machine. So we can configure this server and the client. For network administration, paper 3 required minimum 2 systems or 2 VMs. FTP is a file transfer protocol. You upload the files and download the files. You will upload the resume to the Google Drive. Yeah, we can install. We are upload the files to the Google Drive. Google Drive is FTP server. upload and download. Docs.google.com, Google Drive. Google Drive is also FTP server, where we can upload the files and download the files. FTP is a file transfer protocol where we can upload and download. FTP is a heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means server can be Windows, clients can be Unix. Server can be Windows, clients can be Unix. Server can be Unix, client can be Microsoft. That is called heterogeneous. What are the security files? What type of securities we have FTP? In FTP, there are 3 types of users: real users, anonymous users, guest users. How to configure real users, anonymous users, guest users. All this stuff we discuss in FTP. Then come to NFS, network file system. FTP, NFS, both are file servers. The meaning of file servers, we can share the files. We can share the files between heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means Windows to Unix, Unix to Windows. FTP is a heterogeneous. NFS not heterogeneous. NFS is homogeneous. Only Unix to Unix. We can share the files only from Unix to Unix. That is called NFS. DNS, domain naming service. DNS stands domain naming service. For example, if you people want to communicate with me, you need my mobile number. You have to share that mobile number in your local contacts. Otherwise, every time you have to dial the number, not the name, because you can't remember the numbers for all your friends. You can't remember the numbers. You're going to save the local contacts, so that I don't require number to dial. We just with name only we can contact. That is called local contacts. But that is not real time. In real time, we're going to configure DNS server. What is DNS? It's like a true caller. What is the advantage of true caller? If unknown person trying to communicate with you, which is not in your true call, which is not your local contacts. If it is in local contact, that will be the name. If it is not in the local contacts, also you get the name. That is called true caller. That is called DNS. You want to communicate any server on internet, I need IP address. What is gmail.com IP address? 72.36.84.128. What is yahoo.com IP address? 7.68.22.134. But is it possible to remember IP address for all the servers on internet? No, not at all possible. I want to communicate those servers with host names or domain names. Yahoo.com is a domain name. Gmail.com is a domain name. You just open the browser, type yahoo.com. Without knowing the IP address of yahoo.com, you are able to connect to the yahoo.com website. That is because of DNS. That is because of DNS. That is called name resolution. In DNS, we have primary DNS, secondary DNS, forwarders DNS, caching DNS, IP-based DNS, name-based DNS, port-based DNS, round-robin DNS. All this stuff we discuss in the DNS. DHCP. IP addresses are 2 types: static IP, dynamic IP. There are 2 types of IP addresses: static and dynamic. Static means the IP address cannot be changed. The IP address cannot be removed. That is called static. The problem with the static IP addresses, every time you have to go to every system, configure IP address manually. What's the problem here? A company having branches, one is at Hyderabad, the other one in Bangalore, the other one in Chennai. If it is static IP address, I have to go to every place, remote places, and configure IP address manually. If it is India is working, if the company in the US or UK, you have to configure IP address. You have to go to UK and US only to configure IP. It's a tedious job, difficult job for NSA. That's why we have a DHCP, dynamic IP. You people know that whenever you take internet connection for laptop or desktop, we are not going to configure any IP address for laptop desktop. We just click here and select the username, it automatically gets IP address. That is from DHCP server. You need not worry about what IP address to configure. What is class A, what is class B, what is class C. Because of DHCP, you'll get the IP address automatically. So how to connect to the servers in the real time, the servers in data center, the servers in the cloud, what protocols we are going to use, Telnet, SSH, SC. Just now I did. This is the remote system. This is my local system. I want to connect to the remote system. I don't know where the system is. This may be in India or maybe in abroad, anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. I know only IP address, type SSH the IP address. It asks for the password. That is called remote connectivity. How to connect to the remote system through Telnet, through SSH. All this stuff we discuss. Apache is the web server. What is web server? Web server to host the static web pages. Web server to host the static web pages. Like when you type Flipkart, this is called static web page. The meaning of static, the content we can't able to modify. The content we can't able to edit. It is only for view, only for display. Where this application is hosted, we require a web server. Windows we call IIS, Internet Information Service. Unix we call Apache. So once you complete this course, you are eligible for L1. L1 stands level 1. Who are level 1? Level 1 means 0 to 3 years, 2 years experience. This comes under level 1. You are eligible for level 2. Level 2 means 3 to 4 years experience. This comes under level 2. You are also eligible for level 3. 4 plus years experience. That much of stuff I'm going to provide. I have interview questions and answers. That also I'll share. Recently, one of my students got selected with 8 lakhs package, 3 years experience. What experience? Fake experience. Is having the gap, 3 years gap. So I'm going to give the training and support as well. Because of Corona, most of the guys they got a job work from home. The students are coming to my home. I'm giving the support on AWS DevOps, Azure DevOps, and Linux. Linux had been very less. No one is there as of now. But most of the students coming to my home, AWS DevOps, Azure DevOps. Any questions, please? Am I clear?
How does Apache work? Apache means that that there's a web server deployed in Linux.
Yeah, web server in Linux.
So, well, Linux is just mostly command line, right? Well, how come it isn't point and click like Windows? Point and click Windows also good?
See, the only difference between Windows and Linux, whatever you can do in Windows graphical mode, everything we can do in command line. Windows administration, Linux administration, the roles and responsibilities both are same. Windows, we have to configure IIS. IIS stands Internet Information Service. It is Windows Web Server. It is a Windows Web Server. But if here everything is graphical. Same we have Apache Web Server. So here you need to understand how to install the software, how to install the package. What's the configuration file for that? What's the configuration file for that? I'll show you. Yum install HTTPD package. HTTP is RPM package to configure website. If it is Microsoft, you have downloaded the software, IIS. Here install the package. That is graphical mode. This is command. So when you install any software, any network services, a configuration file by default created. Every service has a configuration file. /it/http/com/httpd.com. This is a configuration file for Apache Web Server. For NFS, we have separate configuration file. FTP separate configuration file. For every service, there is a configuration file, which we don't require in Windows. Windows, everything is next finish. But here, you need to understand what is the configuration file, where it is located. What are the changes you have to make in the configuration file? What are the changes you have to make in the configuration file? What is the purpose of configuration file? To change the default behavior of the service. To change the default behavior of the service. So when I'm browsing this web server from internet, an HTML page by default open from this document root. What is document root? It's a folder. It's a folder which contains the default HTML file. This is the default configuration. I'm not going to make any changes here. Start the service. Install the package and start the service. So I'm not going to make any changes in the configuration file. This is the default behavior of the service. Now check status running or not. It's running. Take the IP address of the server. Now I configure the server as a Apache web server. Open the browser. Paste the IP address here. where this got web page from your website. This is the default configuration, default behavior. So I'll show you how to deploy your application from your laptop to Linux. If you are the developer or a programmer, you develop some application, you have a code, you have the application laptop, how to deploy to the Apache website, Linux web. Everything discussed theoretically. Education page. Load balancing, duplicate. So you want to explain load balancing. Now you ask me what are the technology which is old. You have to understand the cluster. Red Hat cluster. Red Hat cluster we have load balance. Veritas cluster, Tivoli cluster. All these are old technology. They're still old. Learn AWS or Azure. They have load balancer. Nobody using nowadays cluster. Everyone using cloud. In AWS Azure, we have a service called load balancer. See, Linux administration is just like your degree. You want to do the master, you do AWS or Azure or DevOps. These are the trending technologies. They are the trending technologies. Learning Linux administration is just a degree. You better do the master. If you stop with the degree, you have to learn this cluster. What is Veritas cluster? What is Tivoli cluster? What is Red Hat cluster? But these are outdated. Companies have moved to the cloud. Don't stop your degree, do the master. For this master, you need a Linux administration. Without this, we can't do this. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Same time.
Thank you, sir.
Begin. అకౌంట్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వదు.
అది కార్డు దగ్గర అవ్వట్లేదు సార్. అది వీసా కార్డుతో ట్రై చేశాను సార్. అయినా సరే మళ్ళీ సంథింగ్ ఏదో వస్తుంది సార్. ఇన్వాలిడ్ అని చెప్పారు. అవ్వట్లేదు.
వేరే కార్డు ట్రై చేశారు.
దగ్గర 5 కార్డ్స్ వరకు ట్రై చేశాను. అవ్వట్లేదు. అంటే అట్లా వస్తుంది. అంటే స్నేహాన్ని అడిగాను సార్. అడిగితేనేమో ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఉండాలి సంథింగ్ ఏదో
స్నేహ
అట్లా ఉంది. అవ్వట్లేదు. అంటే బ్యాక్ అవుతుంది. ఓటీపీ ఎంటర్ చేసిన తర్వాత బ్యాక్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. బ్యాక్
మనీ కట్ అవ్వట్లేదు.
మనీ కట్ అవుతుంది. అక్కడ
క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ ట్రై చేయండి. క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్
క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ చేయాలి.